featured game between Fabiano Caruana and Hikaru Nakamura. Here we have these two gentlemen, and I shall try. Peter Lako, the whole Granky chess tournament, he was yelling, "Please give us an Italian, I want to talk about the subtleties here." And even though this started with 2 bishop c4, sort of an anti-Petrov move, it did transpose into the Italian. Let's see what these guys do. a4, threatening to win a piece with b4, a5, but normally it doesn't work. a6, rook e1, bishop a7, h3, and in this position black has to choose his path. Bishop e6, knight e7, h6, rook e8, all these moves very common. Hikaru decides to first reshuffle this problem piece, knight e7, headed towards g6, knight b2, knight g6, knight f1, the classical Spanish knight transfer to f1, bishop e6. Always a big question, do you go bishop e6 or are you worried about these double pawns in the structure? Hikaru saying, I'm worried about nothing, give me those double pawns, then I will checkmate you along the half-open f-file. And White is saying, I won't get checkmated and maybe I'll be slightly better. Later on, I might play d3, d4 after we stabilize. This is the typical discussion in the gioco piano. Knight g3, h6, d4, knight d7, bishop to e3, queen to e7. And now White has to decide how to proceed. Releasing tension with de5 wouldn't yield him much, so I'm guessing he's gonna do something slower like a5, fixing the structure. And then maybe try queen b3, putting some pressure on this guy. a5 played, king to h7, just in case, defending the knight. Even though this does open the door for little tricks like knight g5 check, and if hg, there's queen h5. So king h7 a little double-edged, even though knight g5 check, of course you would not have to take. You can just go back to g8 or h8. So it might be a bit of a blank shot. And Caruana doesn't even worry about it. Goes knight back to d2 instantly. Rook to f7. Trying to use all the pieces productively, even though it's always a bit of a problem in these structures. So once you remove this rook, you have to keep a close eye on the bishop on a7. So after d takes e5 or d5, this discovered attack does not cause any trouble. But currently, it would not be much of an issue, because de5 can always be met by bishop takes e3. Caruana puts his knight on c4. Fabiano Caruana, who's been in great shape, of course, throughout the whole year, if we discount his very first tournament, Vaikanze, has been on a killing spree. Won the candidates, obviously the most important one, qualifying for the match versus Magnus Carlsen. Then went on to win Granky Chess. Then scored +5 in the US Championship, which to his and probably everybody else's surprise was not enough to win the tournament because of the heroics of Sam Shankland, who scored +6. But what a year so far for Dr. Fabiano Caruana. Was recently very slightly tainted when he lost a game to Anish Giri on the top board for my club Baden-Baden in the tiebreaks of the German Bundesliga, so that cost him some rating, but Baden-Baden won the match anyway. Therefore, I don't think Fabiano will be too upset about that, even though no one ever likes to lose. I like his position here. He's played queen b3, forcing the rook to go to b8, defend the pawn passively. Does not look like black has all that much initiative on the king side. And Caruana can now start worrying about the correct timing of either moving this pawn or attacking this pawn. Yeah, he's gone knight back to d2, targeting the e6 pawn. Nakamura retreats, goes queen e7, and Caruana plays queen c4, now targeting the c7 pawn. This is good Italian maneuvering. White is better. Rook to c8 played. The question is what to do next. b4 and telling b5 comes to mind. And more knight shuffling. I'm not sure. Knight f3, I'd always be worried about rook f3. And yeah, he goes knight to f1, maybe. Thinking about this, or thinking about pushing the d pawn and then recapturing on e3 with the knight. Knight to f4. Queen back to b3 and b5, very aggressive by Nakamura. Because he could have just kept playing more passively with rook b8 without creating any weaknesses by saying, nah, I'm not gonna play your game of jumping to the defense of these pawns whenever you want me to. I'll go b5, so I'll have some pawn weaknesses, but then my rook will be ready to join the action along the f5. I'm not sure how accurate the clocks are, but we'll assume they're accurate. 40 seconds for Caruana, 54 for Nakamura. But this is this new time control with, I believe it's 3 minutes plus 2 seconds per move. So it's not so much about how much time you have on the clock, but about how well you adjust to that rhythm of making a move every 2 seconds when the going gets tough. And generally, Hikaru Nakamura is very, very tough in all these formats and very, very good practically at finding the correct rhythm. Well, Caruana, he's obviously capable of playing great blitz. I just think he's less interested in all these formats and adjusting to it. Might be wrong about it, especially nowadays where it matters more and more to get more whites in the classical part and so on. But yeah, I don't think he takes that much of an interest in faster time controls as some of the other guys. Maybe he's more like a... what's the comparison? I don't know. He's more concerned about being the best in the world in classical chess, but he doesn't have to be the best in the world at blitz chess, rapid and classical. While for Magnus, I think whatever he plays is just, yeah. His competitive urges are telling him, I must crush everyone. Well, I'm not sure Caruana has that outside of classical chess. I might be wrong. Just a theory. Anyway, we have a lot of moves and the position has become a lot more double-edged here. After this exchange on f4, which I'm surprised by that he would take here. Ef, bishop c1, and Nakamura expanding very quickly. Now, of course, you always have to worry. But queen takes h3, queen g2, checkmate, king h2, b5, bishop g5, rook c8, queen d3, knight to b6. I like black's position now. Not sure if there's any direct threats, but it does feel like white is the side that has to be a lot more cautious, and it's not obvious how white could improve the situation in his favor. The c file has been opened, and yeah, this looks very dangerous. At least he got rid of the f3, thorn in the flesh. Bishop to e3, still very double-edged. Bishop f4, knight d2, he's inviting him to take, and then trying to double the rooks on the second rank, which I believe has happened. Yeah. Bishop takes, rook takes, e6, rook cc2, king g2, h4, g4, rook d3, queen to e4. No tricks, rook g3 check. Doesn't seem to be winning, the e-pawn is strong. So, what are we headed towards? Perpetual check? Rook g3 check played, king f1, takes, rook f3, going after this guy. And I'm not sure why Caruana wouldn't play rook e2 here to cover it. But he didn't, he went e7, rook f2, king e1, rook h2. Maybe he's calculated that he's winning here. King d1, check, king e1, rook h2. There's a draw, right? Yeah, they've made a draw already. Sorry, I'm lagging a bit behind there. Let me just confirm with the comp. Why not rook e2? I don't get it. Yeah, rook e2 was good. I was not completely off there. Yeah, rook e2 gave white an advantage, and e7 forced the draw. So, bit of a missed opportunity there for Fabian Caruana. A lot of action. Did they make blunders earlier on? No, seems like pretty well played blitz game. Let's see if there's one still running. No, it's all over. So let's go.